She smirked, eyes flashing, "Catch me if you can," then vanished into a streak of starlight. Detective Jax Render's gaze locks fiercely with Vexa Lyra's amid the neon-lit bustle of Nova Prime's docks. Around them, a melting pot of alien species jostle beneath flickering holoads and humming cargo cranes. The tension between hunter and quarry crackles like electricity in the air, silent challenges passing in that fleeting moment. Vex's eyes flash with mischief, a smirk tugging at her lips, daring Jax to make a move. Every second stretches taut, the crowded docks both maze and battlefield, as all await the inevitable spark that will ignite their deadly game. Vex's fingers flick expertly over a small data chip, its surface glowing faintly with encrypted information worth a fortune on the black market. Her cocky grin widens, eyes glinting with defiance and thrill. This chip is more than currency. It's a key to secrets that could topple empires. She tucks the prize close, moving with practiced ease, as if daring anyone to take it from her. Her confidence radiates through every calculated step, a perfect mix of charm and danger. Suddenly, mechanical snarls echo through the docks as security bots awaken, their sensors locking onto Vex's fleeing form. Alarms blare, lights flash wildly, and panic ripples through the crowded walkways. The bots whir and click, deploying scanners and swift patrol drones to cut off her escape routes. Shoppers scatter, vendors shout warnings, and chaos floods the scene as the relentless machines weave through crowds with single-minded purpose. Vexa ducks and weaves, always a step ahead in this high-stakes game of cat and mouse. Over the crackling comlink, Vex's voice rings clear and teasing. "Try to keep up, detective," she taunts, her tone dripping with playful arrogance. Her laughter dances in Jax's ears as she vanishes through narrow alleys and cargo stacks, daring him to match her pace. On his hollow screen, her smirking visage flickers, a ghost teasing her pursuer. The chase is no longer just about stolen goods. It's a personal game, a battle of wits where every word cuts sharper than a blade. Jax curses under his breath, adrenaline surging as he pushes past the crowd, refusing to let her slip away this time. His fingers fly over his cruiser's controls, activating thrusters and shields. The cockpit lights blaze to life around him, reflecting the steely resolve in his eyes. Every fiber of his being tightens with focus. He's hunted dangerous criminals before, but Vexa is unlike any other, always 2 steps ahead, a shadow that slips just out of reach. This time, the chase ends with him in control. Outside the docks, Vexa leaps into the sleek cockpit of her starfighter, the engine's thrusters flaring a brilliant blue-orange flame against the dark void. With practiced precision, she initiates launch sequences, the ship rising smoothly amid a plume of ionized exhaust. The vessel shoots upward, slipping through the neon-lit spires of the cityscape before bursting free into the endless expanse of space. Her silhouette framed against the stars, Vex's grin only grows wider, a challenge thrown boldly into the cosmos. Jax roars into pursuit, his cruiser cutting through the star-dotted void like a comet unleashed. Both ships streak across the black canvas, their paths trailing radiant streaks of light, swift, relentless, and intertwined. The chase is no longer just a pursuit of a thief. It's a collision of secrets, a tangled web of fate and desire stretching across the heavens. With every heartbeat, the tension ratchets higher, 2 souls locked in a cosmic dance that neither is willing to end. Beneath Nova Prime's glittering surface lies its underworld, a labyrinth of neon-lit bazaars buzzing with energy and secrets. The air hums with the chatter of traders hawking stolen tech, coded messages, and whispered rumors. Flickering hollow ads bathe the crowded stalls in shifting hues of blue and purple, casting elongated shadows on faces both hopeful and wary. Information here is currency, traded with as much care as any physical goods. Alliances are as fleeting as the neon lights themselves, and loyalty can shift in an instant. Every whispered deal, Every sly glance shapes the precarious balance between power and survival in this fractured metropolis. Projected across the underworld's walls and walkways are hollow posters emblazoned with Vexa Lyra's face, her sharp features and cocky grin marked with the bold caption, "Wanted, Vexa Lyra, dead or alive." The flickering images are impossible to ignore, flashing reminders that she's both legend and menace. Passers-by cast nervous glances at the projections, their expressions a mix of fear, admiration, and opportunism. To many, she's a ghost who slips through their grasp, a prize that could mean fortune or death. Her infamy is the fuel that keeps the underworld's hunters and hunted locked in endless pursuit. In smoke-filled alcoves and hidden rooms, crime lords conduct their ruthless business. Stacks of stolen tech and encrypted data chips exchange hands, the deals cloaked in suspicion and unspoken threats. Figures shrouded in darkness lean close, voices low and sharp, as they negotiate favors, loyalties, and power. Each transaction is a high-stakes gamble, where one misstep can topple alliances or incite deadly reprisals. Here, trust is a scarce commodity, bartered away like contraband, and every handshake conceals a dagger ready to strike. Along the narrow alleyways and shadowed corridors of Nova Prime's underbelly, mercenary patrols move with quiet menace. Clad in dark armor and armed with sleek weaponry, their watchful eyes scan every face for the elusive Vexa. The faint glow of flickering street lamps barely cuts through the gloom as boots echo softly on cracked pavement. Their presence is a constant reminder that freedom here is fragile, always threatened by the cold steel of mercenaries ready to crush any spark of rebellion or escape. Detective Jax Rindar weaves through the tangled maze of markets and back alleys, his sharp gaze scanning for any trace of Vexa. Each lead draws him deeper into a web of misinformation. Discarded clues, false tips, and whispered betrayals cloud his path. His frustration mounts with every dead end, the weight of countless hours spent chasing shadows pressing down. Faces flicker past, some friend, some foe, and the line between them blurs. Yet, Jax's resolve hardens. Giving up isn't an option, no matter how elusive the target. In dimly lit offices high above the streets, corrupt officials pocket heavy bribes, their dismissive gestures silencing any threats to their precarious status quo. Hands exchange sealed credits beneath flickering fluorescent lights, and paperwork is shuffled away with practiced indifference. These officials turn blind eyes to rampant crime and unchecked violence, weaving a fragile web of complicity that sustains the city's underworld chaos. For honest cops, their numbers are few, and their voices often drowned in the din of corruption. Every whispered secret and furtive glance reveals a city fractured by mistrust and shifting allegiances. In Nova Prime's underbelly, survival depends on a razor's edge, knowing whom to chase and, more importantly, whom to trust. Shadowed figures watch from doorways. Conversations halt when unfamiliar eyes approach, and every decision carries weight beyond immediate danger. Here, the dance between predator and prey is endless, and the line between friend and foe blurs under the cold glow of neon. Jax's breath catches as he corners Vexa in the heart of the bustling spice market. The air thickens with the scent of exotic herbs and smoke. Suddenly, she pulls a small grenade from her belt and hurls it to the ground. A dense cloud of smoke billows up, swallowing the vibrant stalls and frantic shoppers. Jax coughs, eyes straining through the haze. When the smoke clears, Vexa is gone, vanished like a phantom, but not before casting him a taunting wink from the shadows. The crowd murmurs, chaos blooming around him as he clenches his fists, both frustrated and strangely exhilarated by her audacity. The crackle of Jax's calm buzzes to life, Vex's voice cutting through with playful confidence. "You're slow, detective. I thought you'd be faster." Jax smirks despite himself, snapping back with dry humor. "Just warming up, Lyra." The exchange sparks a tension that dances between irritation and intrigue. His fingers tighten on his comm device as her laughter rings out, light and mocking. In the silence between them, a game begins, not just a pursuit, but of minds testing each other across the city's vast digital web. Jax moves silently through Nova Prime's twisting alleys, the city's neon glow casting long shadows. Each turn, each narrow passage leads him closer to Vexa, yet she remains elusive, a flicker just out of reach. He admires her boldness, the way she commands space with a confidence that borders on reckless. Despite his frustration at constantly trailing behind, a reluctant respect grows. His eyes scan ahead, catching glimpses of her silhouette weaving through crowds, a shadow slipping away just as he thinks he's closed the distance. Suddenly, the quiet chase erupts into violence. A gang, hidden among the crowded backstreets, springs an ambush on Vexa, weapons flashing in the dim light. She fights fiercely but is clearly outnumbered. Just as the attackers close in, Jax bursts through the chaos, his pistols blazing. Laser fire cuts through the air, forcing the gang to scatter. Vexa ducks behind a stack of crates, smirking despite her breathlessness. "Not bad for a cop," she teases, eyes glittering with a mixture of gratitude and challenge. Jax offers a brief nod, his jaw tight, but the moment cracks the hardened edge between them. In the quiet safety of a hidden alcove, the two catch their breath, faces flushed with adrenaline. The glow of distant neon spills over them as Vexa shares fragments of her rebellious past, a life shaped by survival, theft, and daring escapes. Jax listens, revealing his own burdens, the weight of law, duty, and relentless pursuit. Between them, barriers dissolve. Their words forge a fragile connection born of defiance and mutual understanding, a shared sense of fighting against worlds that have long been stacked against them both. Vex's voice lowers, her usual cocky tone giving way to something softer, almost vulnerable. "Maybe I'm not just a target," she admits, eyes searching his face for a flicker of acceptance. Jax meets her gaze steadily, nodding in silent agreement. "Maybe you're a challenge worth chasing," he replies, the words carrying weight beyond the chase. Weapons are lowered, breath slows, and in that charged pause, a new dynamic is born, one not just of hunter and prey, but of equals entangled in a complex dance of trust and intrigue. The chase between them shifts subtly under the moonlit streets of Nova Prime. No longer merely a pursuit, it becomes a game of mutual respect and unspoken challenge. Their silhouettes blur together in the shifting shadows, eyes meeting with a new intensity. Each step, each glance, fuels a growing tension that neither wants to admit, but both feel deeply. The city's pulse matches their own, a rhythm of danger, desire, and the thrill of the hunt evolving into something neither expected. Jax's grip tightens on his weapon as his resolve crystallizes. The game has changed irrevocably, and so has the hunter. His breath is steady, his eyes sharp and focused. Every fiber of his being prepares for the reckoning that looms ahead, not just of capture or escape, but of choices that will bind their fates. The streets of Nova Prime fade behind him as he steps forward, ready to face whatever comes next with unyielding determination. Vex's eyes gleam with a fierce determination as she finally reveals the secret locked within the stolen data chip. It isn't just valuable tech. Its coordinates to the legendary Celestial Vault, a hidden cache rumored to hold lost technology from a bygone era. The Vault's existence has been whispered about in the darkest corners of the galaxy, said to possess artifacts capable of reshaping power balances. For Vexa, this isn't theft for greed. It's a quest for salvation and change. As holographic star maps shimmer before them, the weight of the Vault's significance settles between them, transforming the pursuit from a simple chase into a cosmic race with destiny at its helm. The contents of the Celestial Vault are not mere relics. They carry the power to topple governments and ignite devastating wars across star systems. Each piece inside holds potential both to save and to destroy, coveted by factions desperate to seize control. As the reality sets in, Jax and Vexa realize their mission isn't just about evading capture, but protecting the galaxy from chaos. Their actions now ripple far beyond personal survival. The stakes are higher than ever, the galaxy poised precariously on a knife's edge where one wrong move could spell ruin for countless worlds. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Vexa shares her past with Jax, the harsh truths that forge her path. Orphaned as a child by corrupt regimes and wars fueled by greed, she learned early that survival meant stealing from the powerful and exposing their darkest secrets. Her rebellion is deeply personal, fueled not just by necessity, but a fierce desire to upend the injustices that stole her family and her childhood. Through flickering memories of ruined neighborhoods and fractured lives, Jax glimpses the woman behind the thief, a symbol of resistance, pain, and hope entwined. Jax's comm crackles with urgent orders to capture Vexa and retrieve the data chip intact. Yet, standing beside her, he feels a growing conflict within. The unwavering lawman he once was clashes with the conscience awakened by Vexa's story. Duty and justice blur as he questions the very system he's sworn to uphold. Torn between allegiance to his orders and belief in the cause she fights for, Jax grapples with a decision that could change everything. The line between right and wrong becomes perilously thin, and the protocol he once obeyed now feels like a chain. Looking into Vexa's eyes, Jax admits aloud, "She's not just a thief, she's fighting for something I've forgotten." This moment shifts the dynamics of their pursuit, turning it from a mere cat-and-mouse game into a partnership bound by shared purpose. Trust begins to kindle between them, not easily won, but fiercely guarded. The chase becomes less about capture and more about survival and revolution. Each heartbeat strengthens their fragile alliance. As they move forward with a renewed sense of urgency and understanding, their fates intertwined. Rival factions converge rapidly, closing in on the Celestial Vault's coordinates. Simultaneously, ancient defenses within the vault stir to life, triggered by unauthorized access. A chilling digital countdown begins, T-314, before the vault's security systems activate lethal measures designed to obliterate any intruders. Time compresses, every second laced with impending peril. Jax and Vexa exchange tense glances, knowing that to survive and claim the vault's secrets, they must outrun not only their enemies, but the very technology guarding its gates. In an act that seals their uneasy alliance, Vexa transfers partial vault schematics to Jax's secure device. The encrypted data streams across their comms, weaving a code of trust and necessity. This torrent of information is both a lifeline and a gamble, allowing Jax to anticipate vault defenses and synchronize their next moves. As the flood of data pulses between them, their partnership transcends mere survival. It becomes a calculated gamble on trust, forging a bond that will define the battles ahead. Embracing the gravity of their mission, Jax adopts the nickname Star Chaser, a moniker reflecting his transformation from lawman to cosmic rebel. It embodies the relentless pursuit of truth and justice that now drives him alongside Vexa. The codename blinks onto his comm screen, symbolizing a fresh identity forged in the crucible of rebellion. It is a call to arms that echoes across the void, signaling their shared destiny not just to chase fugitives, but to unlock the mysteries scattered among the stars. In a solemn gesture amidst the hum of starship engines, Jax and Vexa clasp gauntlets, sealing their pact with unspoken promises. Together, we'll unlock the stars, they vow, their hands glowing faintly as the symbolic light flickers between armored gloves. This clasp signifies more than alliance. It marks a transformation from adversaries to partners, bound by courage and hope. Their united front becomes a beacon in the vast, dark, lighting the way forward through uncertainty and danger. Engines roar to life as their ship powers into hyperspace, stars streaking into brilliant ribbons around them. The jump through the cosmic corridor is both escape and charge toward destiny. propelling them into uncharted space with enemies relentlessly pursuing in their wake. Within the cockpit, taut faces focus intently on navigation consoles, the pulse of the ship synchronized with their racing hearts. As the stars blur and fold, Jax and Vexa brace themselves for what lies beyond the veil. Sensing a shift in power, former rivals and disparate factions answer the call, rallying behind Jax and Vexa's cause. Ships bearing diverse insignias converge, crews exchanging wary nods and readying weapons in newfound unity. The growing alliance signals a paradigm shift in the galactic struggle. Old animosities begin to dissolve, replaced by a fragile but fierce coalition. Together, they ignite a force capable of challenging entrenched powers and rewriting the fate of countless systems. Amid the infinite void between stars, Jax and Vexa race side by side, partners defying a hostile galaxy. Their pursuit has transformed into a dance of fate, marked by defiance, determination, and unspoken understanding. Vex's teasing voice breaks the tension. "Catch me if you can," a challenge that echoes through the endless dark. Their ships slice through starfields, streaking forward into the unknown, bound by a destiny neither fully controls, but both fiercely embrace. Across countless star systems, holonetworks flare to life, broadcasting urgent alerts about the ongoing chase for the celestial vault. Bounty hunters, mercenaries, and opportunists flood the sectors like a swarm, each eager to claim the prize or cash in on the chaos. Once quiet and forgotten star lanes buzz with activity, transforming into volatile arenas where every shadow might conceal a deadly threat or an unexpected ally. The galaxy watches as whispers of the vault's secrets spark explosions of blaster fire and covert operations, turning distant worlds into battlegrounds alive with danger and possibility. In the cold, dimly lit boardrooms of powerful megacorporations, executives wager fortunes on the control of the vault's technologies. Private fleets roar into space. Heavily armed cruisers and stealth frigates converge, their weapons primed for domination. These corporate warlords play a ruthless game, deploying their resources with calculated precision to crush any opposition. Their cold ambitions escalate the conflict beyond personal vendettas, transforming the pursuit into a shadowed corporate war. The stakes have never been higher, and the galaxy trembles beneath the looming shadow of their armadas. Across the vast expanse, fringe factions respond to the chaos with fractured loyalties. Some rally behind Jax and Vexa, inspired by the flickering hope of rebellion and change, joining the fight with coded signals and coordinated strikes. Others exploit the turmoil, preying on isolated convoys, raiding weakened allies, and trading in betrayal. The underbelly of the galaxy becomes a volatile chessboard, where trust is a rare commodity and alliances shift like sand. In this fractured landscape, survival demands sharp instincts and unwavering vigilance. Jax's voice slices through the static-ridden commnet, ringing clear and defiant. "We're not running. We're rewriting the game." His words electrify the scattered rebels and outlaws, transforming desperation into strategic resolve. Across countless ships and hidden bases, his rallying cry sparks renewed courage and unity. Allies find purpose beyond survival, forging a new creed, one that promises to upend the galaxy's old power structures. The chase becomes a movement, a fight not just for escape, but for rewriting fate itself. Confident and fierce, Vexa takes command of swift raids on rival fleets, orchestrating precise strikes that cripple supply lines and sow confusion. Her fearless tactics ripple through enemy ranks, disrupting plans and draining morale. Under her leadership, small squadrons dart through flak and laser fire, turning desperation into dominance. Every daring maneuver is a statement. This hunt belongs to those bold enough to seize it, to challenge the very forces that once seemed invincible. Hyperspace lanes become congested with frantic jumps and near misses. Jax scrambles transponder codes with practiced skill, cloaking their ships in layers of encrypted signals, transforming them into ghosts on the cosmic stage. Untrackable shadows slip past blockades and patrols, each hyperspace leap a gamble fraught with danger. Every jump echoes with risk, but secrecy and speed are their greatest weapons as they dance through a maze of threats, always one step ahead, or so they hope. Under the twin binary suns of a contested system, the line between allies and adversaries blurs. Crews from disparate factions fight shoulder to shoulder, their battles forging bonds beyond old grudges. Acts of loyalty and betrayal shape hardened resolve, while shared sacrifice weaves a fragile but unbreakable unity. This crucible of fire births a new force, one built not on inherited allegiance, but on survival, trust earned in battle, and a shared vision for a future where freedom might finally reign. In the cramped cockpit, Jax leans forward, tension knotting his jaw as conflicted thoughts swirl like distant stars. Vex's secrets hang heavily between them, invisible yet palpable, casting long shadows over every choice they make. The silence is thick, punctuated only by the steady hum of the starship's engines reverberating through the confined space. Jax's eyes flicker to the controls, then to the stars streaming past the viewport, and back to Vex's guarded face. Trust, he realizes, is as fragile and elusive as the constellations outside, a delicate balance that could shatter with one wrong move. The cost of their uneasy alliance weighs on him, and the quiet that surrounds them feels less like peace and more like a waiting storm. Vex's usual confident mask falters as she finally lowers her guard in the dim cockpit glow. Her voice trembles when she admits the fear she's long buried, the terror of losing herself in the relentless chase, and the deeper, more personal fear of losing Jax, the only person who sees beyond the thief she pretends to be. The rawness in her eyes reveals layers beneath the bravado, a fragile humanity born of scars and solitude. This rare glimpse into her vulnerability softens the distance between them, deepening a connection forged in the crucible of rebellion and shared danger. In that moment, rebellion's steel facade cracks, revealing the woman behind the myth. Jax's fingers tighten on the controls, his resolve crystallizing with renewed clarity. "I chase not just the stars, but the girl behind them," he says, voice steady and resolute. His pursuit transcends the mission. It becomes a search for something far more elusive: connection, trust, and understanding in the chaos of their fractured world. The chase is no longer just about justice or survival, but about reaching the woman who challenges everything he thought he knew. His gaze locks with hers, an unspoken promise that this journey is no longer solitary, but shared, filled with hope amid the uncertainty. Yet, beneath their growing closeness, unspoken ghosts lurk, shadows cast by past betrayals and wounds that neither is ready to confront. Moments of warmth are punctuated by fleeting glances that carry silent questions and guarded fears. The cockpit's dim corners seem to echo the tension, where smiles barely veil the fragility of their trust. Each shared breath carries the weight of history, and every laugh risks cracking the fragile shell they've built around themselves. This silent rift threatens to unravel the bond, a shadow divide waiting for the right moment to surface. Vex's voice drops to a whisper, fragile yet loaded with meaning. "Will you still chase if I run?" The question hangs between them, heavy with doubt and longing. It is both a challenge and a plea, seeking reassurance in the uncertainty that shadows their path. Jax's eyes hold hers in steady defiance, reading the vulnerability behind her words. This moment of truth demands courage from them both, a willingness to face not just external enemies, but the fragile foundations of their fragile partnership. The chase has become more than survival. It is a test of faith. Without hesitation, Jax reaches out, taking Vex's hand firmly in his own. "I'll chase you to the edge of the universe," he vows, his voice a quiet but powerful declaration. This promise seals their fragile bond, a commitment etched in starlight and resolve. The infinite cosmos outside the viewport becomes a silent witness to their pact, stretching endlessly before them. In that grasp, hope rekindles, a beacon that guides them through the shadows, reminding them that even in darkness, connection can light the way. On the console, the Star Chaser emblem pulses softly, a steady beacon cutting through the endless night. Its gentle glow reflects in their eyes and bathes the cockpit in warm light, symbolizing the rekindling of trust and hope amid uncertainty. This emblem is more than a badge. It is a shared journey, a defiant stand against despair. It marks a new chapter where fear and doubt no longer rule, and where two souls choose to fight, run, and chase together through the vast unknown. Jax and Vexa skillfully pilot their ship through a perilous gauntlet of swirling asteroids and shimmering nebulae, each narrow passage bringing them closer to the vault's secret coordinates. The jagged rock formations loom large against the iridescent cosmic clouds, casting shifting shadows over the hull. Engines pulse rhythmically, thrusters flickering as they weave through debris with razor-sharp precision. The infinite expanse of space narrows into a single, sharp focus, the vault's elusive presence. Every creak of the ship and every measured course correction echoes their steely determination, breaking the silence of the void. The tension is palpable. Danger and destiny are entwined in each heartbeat as the countdown to confrontation ticks steadily forward. Amid the quiet hum of the cockpit, the weight of their journey draws them closer. Vexa lowers her gaze, sharing the deeper wounds of her past, the betrayals that carved her into the fierce rebel she is, the losses that haunt her every move. Jax listens, his own scars surfacing as he recounts the burdens of duty, the lives sacrificed, the trust shattered in the name of law. Their stories weave together, dissolving barriers to reveal two kindred souls bound by pain and purpose. This shared vulnerability strengthens the fragile thread of trust between them, a quiet promise forged in hardship. Outside, the stars blink knowingly, witnessing the birth of a powerful alliance amid the approaching storm. As their ship settles near the vault's perimeter, they discover an ancient relic beacon, dormant for centuries beneath layers of cosmic dust. With cautious hands, they bring it to life, watching as it pulses with a vibrant blue light that slices through the darkness. The beacon's signal ripples across subspace, a luminous call echoing into distant star systems. Ships scattered across the galaxy respond, their engines flaring in acknowledgement. This act of activation becomes a beacon of hope, a rallying thread binding disparate allies into a shared cause. From the depths of shadow and silence, a spark ignites, promising to light the way through the coming darkness. Beneath alien skies awash with unfamiliar constellations, Jax and Vexa steel themselves for the vault's final descent. They exchange solemn glances and quiet words. The stars chose us, a vow that carries the weight of destiny and duty intertwined. Armor secured, weapons checked and loaded, minds sharpened, they prepare for what lies ahead. The calm before the storm hangs heavy with sacred gravity, a moment of shared resolve and silent promise. Around them, the cosmos hums quietly, bearing witness to their pact. Together, they stand ready, two figures silhouetted against the glow of distant moons, poised to etch their names into history. As the ship begins its descent toward the glowing maw of the vault, space itself seems to contract, stars fading into a singular point of destiny. The weight of their perilous journey settles deeply upon them, yet beneath it all lies a fragile but unwavering hope. This moment marks the close of one saga and the dawn of another, a testament to courage, to trust, and to the relentless fight for freedom. Above, the stars twinkle in solemn chorus, lighting the path toward a new dawn. The orchestra swells, a celestial anthem underscoring the birth of a future forged by choice and defiance. As Jax and Vexa breach the vault's outer defenses, a sudden surge of energy pulses through the air, igniting shimmering barriers that ripple like liquid light. From the depths of the vault, ancient AI guardians materialize, holographic sentinels emerging from centuries of dormancy. Their eerie glow casts spectral shadows across the cold metal walls, warning intruders with silent vigilance. Every corridor twists and shifts, a living maze designed to thwart the unworthy. Jax and Vexa move with tense precision, knowing that each step could trigger new perils. The vault itself seems alive, a fortress guarding secrets potent enough to reshape the galaxy. Together, they brace against shifting energy fields and relentless, mechanical adversaries determined to protect this cosmic trove. Navigating through the vault's deadly puzzles and relentless attacks, Jax and Vexa move as one. His tactical mind anticipates enemy patterns. Her nimble reflexes weave through traps with daring grace. Every glance is a silent command. Every step a coordinated strike. When laser grids snap to life, Jax shields while Vexa disables, their movements a seamless dance of survival. The harsh clang of metal and bursts of plasma fire echo as they cover each other's blind spots, each instinctively compensating for the other. Trust underpins their every action, binding their fates tighter amid the cold, mechanized wrath of the Vault's guardians. In this lethal ballet, their partnership becomes their strongest weapon. In the Vault's heart, bathed in the soft hum of ancient machinery and the blue glow of power cores, Vex's voice breaks the tension. "Without you, I'd be lost," she whispers, eyes searching his. Jax's steady gaze meets hers, and with quiet certainty, he replies, "Without you, I wouldn't have found myself." In this fragile moment, surrounded by cosmic relics, two souls reveal their scars and hopes. Their vulnerabilities intertwine as destiny weaves a bond stronger than fear or doubt. This intimate exchange is the emotional crescendo of their journey, proof that even amid darkness, connection can illuminate the way forward. Securing the Vault's ancient technology, Jax and Vexa initiate a torrent of encrypted data, streaming its contents across rebel networks hidden in distant star systems. The information flows like rivers of light through secure channels, guarded by layers of cryptography designed to prevent any single faction from monopolizing the power. Rebel operatives and shadowed outposts receive the transmissions, their faces lighting up with hope and resolve. This act transforms relics of the past into weapons of liberation, fueling resistance movements across the galaxy. It is a manifesto of trust and defiance, a digital lifeline cast in the face of tyranny. The Vault's revelations send ripples across the galactic stage. On holomaps, territorial lines blur and shift as corrupt regimes falter, their grip weakening under the pressure of burgeoning alliances. In darkened boardrooms, anxious executives watch fleets retreat and whispers of rebellion spread like wildfire. Across distant systems, rebel councils celebrate newfound strength, emboldened by the Vault's secrets. The cosmic balance tilts, the scales shifting toward freedom. Though the fight is far from over, a new chapter unfolds, one where hope is no longer a flicker, but a rising tide. Amidst the shifting tides, Jax and Vexa solemnly pledge to guard the Vault's secrets, becoming custodians of a fragile cosmic balance. Their vow extends beyond personal mission. It is a commitment to wield power responsibly, guarding against chaos while fostering justice. Clasping hands over the Vault's glowing core, they symbolize a promise not just to each other, but to the countless lives touched by their fight. Their guardianship shines like a beacon, a call to those who seek to protect rather than dominate, to preserve hope in a universe shadowed by greed. The SDRCHASCR emblem emerges as a powerful symbol of rebellion and hope, its design emblazoned across star systems large and small. Flags bearing the insignia ripple in spaceports and rebel hideouts alike, worn proudly on uniforms and etched into starship hulls. This emblem tells the story of two renegades who dared to rewrite destiny, inspiring those yearning for freedom to rally beneath its banner. It stands for unity, courage, and the relentless pursuit of justice, a rallying standard for all who dream of a brighter cosmic dawn. Across the galaxies, freedom flickers like a newborn star, fragile yet radiant. The rebellion blossoms into a movement, its light spreading from distant worlds and shadowed outposts, fueled by the courage of two stars chasing destiny. Jax and Vex's journey marks the dawn of a new era, one where hope triumphs over despair, where unity kindles strength, and where the light of freedom pierces the cosmic darkness. Ships sail under sparkling stars. Sunrises bloom on alien horizons. Their story is a beacon, lighting the way toward a future forged by courage and unbreakable bonds. Former enemies, once divided by conflict and suspicion, now set aside their grudges and forge new alliances across reclaimed worlds. Amid the ruins of shattered cities and wild, untamed landscapes, they work side by side, transforming battle-scarred wastelands into vibrant communities. Together, they clear debris, plant greenery, and rebuild homes where hope was nearly lost. Laughter and shared meals echo beneath makeshift shelters, weaving bonds that mend old wounds. This healing of trust becomes the bedrock for lasting peace, a testament to the resilience of those who choose unity over division and a shared vision over past enmity. Jax dedicates himself to mentoring a new generation of explorers, sharing hard-earned wisdom and the lessons forged in fire and shadow. In classrooms filled with eager trainees, his voice carries tales of perseverance and trust, preparing them for the challenges ahead. Meanwhile, Vexa leads vigilant efforts to protect the Vault's lost technologies, overseeing secure vaults where powerful relics are carefully guarded from misuse. Together, they nurture both knowledge and community, ensuring that the legacy they've built will inspire and empower those who follow, a renewal born not just from survival, but from hope and stewardship. When offered command of a burgeoning galactic fleet, Jack smiles with quiet certainty and defers, saying simply, "I follow her lead." This gesture symbolizes a deep trust and partnership between them, acknowledging Vex's leadership and vision while embracing their shared future. Their dynamic becomes a powerful model of balance and mutual respect, inspiring others within their ranks. In council chambers where decisions shape the future, their united front speaks louder than words, proof that strength lies not just in command, but in collaboration. Under the twin suns rising over the reborn horizon, Jax and Vexa stand side by side, their hands intertwined, a symbol of unity forged in struggle and tempered by hope. The golden sunlight bathes alien landscapes as their eyes reflect quiet promise and unwavering readiness. They know the galaxy's vastness holds endless mysteries and challenges yet to be faced. This shared dawn marks both an ending and a beginning, a solemn pledge that while one chapter closes, their journey continues, driven by courage, curiosity, and an unbreakable bond. From the chaos of conflict and destruction, new worlds and dreams take root, blossoming into thriving civilizations that honor the past while embracing the future. The chase that once was a fight for survival now evolves into stewardship, a dedication to protect, nurture, and inspire. The SDRCHACR legacy lives on, carried by those brave enough to chase stars and hope into the vast unknown. It is a story of trust rekindled, of enemies turned allies, and of a future forged together beneath the eternal light of distant suns. In a quiet observatory bathed in soft light, star maps lining the walls, a young child looks up with wide, curious eyes and breaks the silence, asking Jax, "Is it true," she said, "catch me if you can, and you chased her across galaxies?" The question hangs in the air, innocent yet heavy with wonder, a testament to the legend that has grown from their extraordinary chase. Warm light pools around the child's eager gaze as Jax kneels down to meet it, The moment filled with reverence and the weight of a story only just beginning to be told. Jax's voice, calm and steady like the distant starlight outside the large observatory windows, answers softly, "She dared me to run, and I chose to follow." His words carry far beyond the moment. Not just a confession of pursuit, but a profound choice to embrace uncertainty, connection, and destiny itself. The twinkling stars outside seem to applaud silently, bearing witness to a bond forged across the cosmos. His reflective expression is bathed in the glow of the starfield, framing a truth distilled from a lifetime of chasing. Standing quietly beside him, Vexa places her hand gently on his shoulder, a simple touch filled with unspoken promises and shared strength. And together, we race toward forever, she adds softly, their partnership now a beacon of hope, courage, and unending adventure. Their united presence shines like a guiding star for anyone daring enough to chase dreams beyond the known galaxy. Their soft smiles exchange warmth and commitment, light from the glowing emblem reflecting softly on their faces as they stand side by side. Above them, the Starchaser emblem glows with radiant light, casting a luminous halo across the domed ceiling of the observatory. This symbol stands for courage, trust, and the relentless chase that reshaped the fate of the galaxy. It serves as a lasting reminder that some pursuits transcend mere survival or victory. They become legacies rippling through time and space. The citizens gathered beneath the emblem look upward with reverence, their faces bathed in hopeful glow, inspired to carry the legacy forward. The story closes on a hopeful note as the narration reminds us all that the chase, the eternal dance of hope and courage, never truly ends. It lives on in those who dare to follow, to run toward the unknown, and to keep the light alive. The SDRCHCR legacy burns brightly, a beacon piercing the galaxy's vast darkness, guiding new generations as they soar toward undiscovered horizons and endless possibility. Outside, a solitary ship races toward distant shimmering horizons beneath the panoramic star-filled skies as uplifting orchestral music swells, promising new beginnings.